Hello, and thank you so much for trusting me to read for you. I'm just shuffling the cards here. You have purchased a charm and tarot card reading. I like to verify that I'm reading for the right person. I don't want to say your actual name, but your name starts with a J, so I like to just do that kind of verification. So then also when the charms pull, it'll match your life, and you'll be like, oh yeah, that's mine. So I just want to give you a few little pointers here. This is the Rider-Waite deck, and we will be using it to pull a 3-card pull, which is the past, present, future of the situation that we're going to read with charms. I'm already shuffled this prior. I'm not going to shuffle it on camera because it's so loud, and if people have headphones in, it can really hurt their ears. But this is already been like shaken and shuffled. On this channel, when I use the specific camera that I'm using, if the camera zooms in and lands on a specific area, I'll pull a clarifying card from the same tarot deck, and we'll get you more information about it. So first of all, I would like you to take a big breath. Relax your shoulders. I feel like in some ways you're kind of nervous about some of the answers you're going to get. Please know that if anything comes up, I always explain why and what we can do to shift it, so don't worry. We have 20 minutes to be in this together. I need you to take a deep breath. There you go. Just get comfy. Get comfy. You're going to be very pleased with what's going on because that's how this works. All right, so let's go ahead, and the first thing I'll do is pull the charms. All right, so the first thing that I noticed, because when you're pulling charms, when something, yeah, so we need to pull you a clarity card. You've got something about love going on. It's so funny. I felt like this was going to be a reading for love. You know what? I knew this was going to be a reading about love, but I was like, well, I don't know for sure. But you know what? I'm going to switch up the deck we're using, and we're going to use the Tarot of Sexual Magic, because I really do feel that your love life is something that you're kind of like wanting to get information on. So we have that one that it zoomed in. Just seeing if it zooms in again. Okay. I always like to give it a minute. Sorry. All right. So I'm going to lift this up and kind of show you what we have going on so you can see it up close. So I'll take these apart, like I'll take them off and we'll look at each one. The box in the background sometimes makes it a little bit blurry to see, but I just want to have you basically look at like how things landed, things along that line. Okay. So the very first thing that stood out to me was the heart charm, like the heart emoji, is off the board. So it's like you don't really have anybody in your life right now that you are in love with or like in a committed relationship with. Now, there is love in your life though. And I feel like in some ways you're trying to figure out when something will become more serious or like when that person will want more than what you currently have. But at this time, I don't see you like married or dating or in anything that's like defined. I do feel that there's someone who you're like interacting with and you're hoping that it will be a thing. But right now, that's off the board, and that's not something that's happening right now. I do feel like another question you have is like, well, then how can I get it to happen right now? That's kind of what I want to know. So when I'm doing a charm reading too, I start out with what is the middle charm? What is everything centering around? And that is showing us the word my. So I feel that you are kind of struggling a little bit with where is the love that I'm looking for? And the universe has been showing you in multiple ways that the love that you are looking for is actually an internal love. Sometimes you feel that because you aren't able to have like the hug from someone else, that it's not the love that you're really looking for because you're like, well, I want the physical connection with somebody. So we have, yeah, see all of these things that we have here. We have sing, we have sport, we have sport. Those are all words that are going to be like physically doing something. So now what's kind of happening for you is while you're missing out on these physical connections with people, You're focused on it so much, it's actually keeping things away from you. So, an example of that would be being at work, and when you get there for your first hour and you know you're there for like a 10-hour shift, you don't even look at the clock because it's pointless to look at the clock that far away. But then when it gets to be like 10 minutes before it's time to go, if you're sitting there and you're looking at the clock and you're like, I wonder if I could sneak out 3 weeks early, 3 minutes early. I wonder if anybody would notice. You're trying to speed things up, but by trying to speed things up, you're actually slowing them down because it's like this: tick, 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 tick. And you're looking at your relationship like, said a nice thing, open the door, sent me dinner. Like, you're counting each little interaction with this person, trying to count down the moments or the experiences to the committed relationship that you want. What you need to do in order to get to that place, because we have the train and we have the car, and neither one of them were upright, because sometimes if you'll watch the charm videos, sometimes these things will come out upright and we'll know we're on the right track. Both of these modes of transportation fell out right next to each other and they were not going anywhere. See, won't even let me turn it over. Your current choices that you are making are going nowhere. So that's important to know, because we can look and find out, well, what do we need to do to make them go somewhere? Because I know I can feel it. So you're almost, in some ways, getting a little bit into the desperation energy where you feel like, but I'm getting older, and what if I never find it? And I thought I found it last time, and then it ended up not being what it is. So am I wasting my time with this person? Because ultimately, I want my hug. You have to change and shift some of this information or this energy, because what I see here is we have the charm for unconditional love. This is Avery's rabies tag, and it means unconditional love for me. But this was upside down and the penny was resting on it. You're going to be paying a cost in love if you keep trying to find this love from other people. It costs you more to get it from somewhere else. So it would be the equivalent of, it costs less money to make my own dinner. It costs more money to go to a restaurant and have someone else prepare it for me. So the thing that I'm seeing is we have the symbol for the heart chakra. There is some healing that you can do with balancing your heart chakra, opening your heart chakra, and also healing your heart chakra. Because I feel that in the past, some of the connection that you had, it was for you to learn some lessons, but you didn't learn the lessons. You held on to that person for too long and you got really hurt. And that's kind of, it says we have the price, because there's a penny here that talks about spending or price. The price of that is the beauty and the loss of the peace. Now, I do feel that in July, because this says my love is alive, and July was like right on top of it. I do feel that if you are able to find some of the happiness and peace that comes with being alone in an unconditional loving state for yourself, then when someone comes in, you don't need it. When you don't need it, that's when it appears. So that's it kind of zoomed in here on the unconditional love. So I pulled a clarifier for that unconditional love card. So I do feel that if you start working on healing your heart chakra, if you start realizing that you can provide yourself with the love that you are seeking, on my website, Phoenix Magic Adventures, there's a list of resources from other people. On that list of resources, there's one that says twin flame information, and it is about twin flames and soulmates. And it's a guy named Matt, and he does a fantastic job teaching how to make the shift of looking for love from someone else to giving yourself love and not needing the other person. Because I feel that you often find yourself in relationships feeling very needy. And then you feel that when you're asking for these needs to get met, people find them unreasonable. And in some ways, they are unreasonable. And the reason they're unreasonable is because you're supposed to be doing that. It's like sometimes you go to other people and you hand them your homework and you say, do my homework. You love me, right? And then they say, this is not my work and I can't do it for you. I'm not in that class. So it's like that kind of thing where you have got to take some of the responsibility in providing yourself with the love, because the sooner you do this, all right now, where it is right now, because readings are in the energy right now. So on the path that you are right now of healing, in July, if you continue on this path of healing and not paying attention to other people, in July, that is when your love will be alive. And that means like that is when the two of you, whether it's somebody who you're looking at right now that you've already met or a brand new person. I feel like you haven't met the person yet because of the love being off the board. This person, you're trying to get them to come into you. This may be somebody who you already know, potentially. I feel like it's not, though. I feel like you want it to be a specific person and you're trying to make it be a specific person, but you're shooting yourself in the foot with that, because if you try to make it this person and it's the person behind them or it's a person next to them or a person you haven't met yet, then you're missing out on that opportunity. I feel like there's a question about this, so let's go ahead and we'll pull you another card for that. I feel like you're asking questions during the reading and your spirit guides are getting answers for them. So hold on. I feel like you're doing a really, really good job with your energy, though. I can feel you being open-minded. I feel like you're a little bit disappointed at the potential of this person not being the one, but I also feel that you're kind of like, oh, but maybe there's somebody different. And that's a really good place to be, because honestly, when people come in our lives, we're not supposed to hold them like this. We're not supposed to hold them so much that we leave like fingernail prints in our hands. We're supposed to just be like, oh, it was nice meeting you, and then withdraw your energy. And then the next time you come back around, if they're still here, oh, thank you. It's nice to see you again. But you can't emotionally trespass into someone else's life if they're not asking you to be in a relationship and saying, I want this with you. Presuming or moving forward or saying, oh, I think they meant this, or I hope they meant that, or a reading told me this, is emotionally trespassing. So I'm going to pull this card about the unconditional love to see what kind of insight we have for that. This is showing as the upright Four of Pentacles. Now, this is about a desire for long-term security. You do want long-term security. You're looking for unconditional love that doesn't leave. That is impossible to find in another human. The only person who literally can never leave you nor forsake you is you. The problem is, you don't feel like that's enough. So in that, you are telling yourself, I am not enough to love. And other people are feeling that energy too. So let's find a little bit of clarity about that. This card is showing as the reverse Nine of Swords. So the reverse Nine of Swords energy is about some recovery. It's about resting. I'm going to pull a third card here. It's about, 5 cards just flew up in the air. All right, give me 1 second. And this is not the 3-card reading. This is just extras. That's what happens on video readings. All right, so I feel that you're actually starting to kind of shift in some of this. Wow, you got a lot of questions going on. So that reverse Nine of Swords energy, this is really some energy about like letting yourself relax, recovering from the idea that you have to have somebody right now. Okay, I want to pull these kind of in order. So then the next one that came up was the Seven of Cups. So we have Pentacles, we have Swords, and we have Cups. So that's important because when all of the suits are there, it means that things are really starting to balance out. So the Seven of Cups energy is about too many choices. It's about commitment issues. Also, one of the things that really stands out to me is that there's this turtle on here. I feel that you have been looking for love your whole life. You have been looking for the Prince Charming personality that comes in and like rescues. This may not be like a guy that you're looking for. This I read gender neutrally, but I'm just saying it's like that kind of like sweep in and rescue you and take you to the great places that you've always wanted to go. But it's happening slow as a turtle for you because it's all you're focused on. I feel like there's a part of your brain right now that's thinking, well, if I'm not thinking about love, what else will I be thinking about? That's beautiful. You know what that means? That means you expanded your consciousness. You expanded your mind to allow you to start thinking of bigger and better and different things. So then the next card that your guides wanted us to know about was the Knight of Pentacles. So when you're working on changing these things, the Knight of Pentacles is reliable and hardworking. Also, like the Knight of Pentacles will pursue what they want. Like there's going to be somebody that comes in and you're not going to have to say, can you please make time for me? Can you please hang out? Can you please come over and do something with me? I haven't seen you in so long. Where have you been? No. This energy that's coming in, it's really cool that it lined up right with the heart. The energy that's coming in is going to pursue you. You're not going to have to guess. Or even in most cases, with you and this person, you're not even going to have to ask. They're just going to suggest things and you guys are going to be so compatible. It's going to be so easy. I cannot wait to hear about this person coming into your life because it's also going to be super obvious. Like this person that you're not even it's so funny. I feel your energy shift so much that you're kind of like, oh, wait, what? Bigger, better in July, pursuing me, my love being alive. I feel you shifting and being excited about this like incoming energy. So then the last card that's showing is the reverse wheel card. So now the reverse wheel card, this energy is about things getting out of control. It's about being stuck in a rut. In some areas of your love life, you are currently stuck in the rut of what happens next. When's the next big sweep me off my feet moment? And that's not supposed to be your focus. For you specifically, your focus really is supposed to be more along the lines of loving yourself. And if it feels like still in your heart, I hear this every time I say that. There's a part of you that is not healed that says, that's not enough. Every time I've said that. Yeah, let's get a little more clarity on the unconditional love thing. What do they need to, all right. So this is showing as the Ace of Swords upright. The Ace of Swords is about a new idea. It's about mental clarity. It's about doing things differently. So ask your spirit guides, do some meditation, look into this situation and say, okay, what do I need to do differently? Every time I've met someone in the past, I've romanticized it. And I've learned that's not exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. So how do I move forward when I meet new people? Oh, that's what we'll ask for the last three cards, because your last three cards are past, present, and future. So we're going to do what is the past, present, and future of your love life. I feel you being really excited about the future of your love life. That's awesome. You have really high hope, and that's perfect. Hope is a high vibrational thing. But what's happening is you have hope, but you're also trying to control everything when it comes to your love life. You want a cute story. You want a good story. You want a meet cute moment. You want, oh my God, we saw each other and we knew that it was the one. You don't like the idea of like meeting a person and being their friend for 5 years and then being there. So guess what? Don't allow that to happen. If somebody comes into your life and they haven't made a move by a certain thing that feels comfortable to you, move on. You can still be their friend, but move on romantically. That's the problem. See, the universe is sending you prototypes so that you can say, oh, I like this or I don't like that. But you keep holding on to the prototypes and you're stuck. So you have this person who's like, oh, we're halfway there. And you're not letting go because you don't want halfway there. And sometimes it feels mean and rude to you to let go. But you can still be a friend to a person and let go of the romance that you had built up in your own mind, because the romance that you built up in your own mind didn't exist anyway. So you're not being rude because they don't even know that you're in that play in your brain. They don't have any idea. You're not going to hurt their feelings because they don't know that you have romanticized it to the level that you have. So don't worry about hurting their feelings because their feelings are not in the same level as what yours are. So in the past, when it came to romantic relationships, we have the reverse moon. The reverse moon energy, this is about some truth. You were told the truth in the past. You were given a clear definition of what the other person wanted, and you didn't follow along with that. You thought maybe if I do my manifestations a little bit different, or maybe if I change this or change that. And the whole point is that you need to have clarity. When these things come along and they don't work out, you don't want to try and force them to work out. There's something easier and better that's more fulfilling in the future, and it won't take all of your energy to get either. So it didn't really land on anything. Okay, it didn't stop on one, just kind of scanned around. I feel like your spirit guide's saying, pay attention. Okay, so here we are presently where you are with your energy is the Four of Pentacles, which is really cool because remember, this was over here with the unconditional love. You have shifted your energy during this reading, and I'm super proud of you because that means that as that July date is coming, you are going to be on target for receiving your security that you've been looking for because you're going to be secure in yourself. So when someone new comes along and they say, oh, oui, oui, mon chéri, you're going to be like, oh, you're just trying to get me to, I don't need your terms of endearment because I'm fulfilled in myself. So you're not going to get swept off your feet with people who are coming in and saying words that they know because they've kind of studied you. They know your personality. They've watched the same Disney movies. They know what it takes to get someone to be swept off their feet. If you are swept off your feet, it is because you are unstable. Getting swept off your feet means that you are not firm enough and balanced enough, and someone could come in with a straw broom and just knock you over and move you to their own role that they want you to play. Getting knocked off your feet or swept off your feet isn't actually not a positive thing. So in the future, if you continue on this change that you have undergone, you're looking at the energy of the Four of Swords upright. So the Four of Swords upright is about rest. It's about renewal. It's about recovery. You're actually going to heal from some of the things that have happened in the past. I also feel that 4 is really an important number for you. These two cards we have 4 and 4. Now, this is a major arcana in the past, so that means that there was some guidance that was coming from the universe. You were supposed to live your experiences that you lived because they brought you to this moment, which will bring you to this loving connection that you're looking for. All right. Well, thank you so much for trusting me to read for you, and I look forward to reading for you again.